entrepreneur. This is Mark Newsom, Mr. Marketing. Welcome to this special presentation entitled How to Use the Added Value Approach, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, as one of your most profitable long-term sales techniques. And I'll promote your major competitors. Lots of times for literally pennies on the dollar. Entrepreneur, this video is going to expose you to one of the most profitable, well-kept, long-term sales techniques that's going to help you systematically out-promote your major competitors, believe it or not, for literally pennies on the dollar. For example, what we're talking about in advocating here is for you to start using what some people refer to as the added value marketing concept. Fancy way of saying you figure out some low cost, high powered, think outside the box, strategic ways to give your customers a little more value for less buck and thereby grabbing more market share. Makes sense, right? Absolutely. So here's what we're talking about here. What we're advocating for, ladies and gentlemen, is for you to take uh, the approach that what you're going to do is out added value your major competitors instead of just trying to compete on price. So we're talking about a combination of customer service, pricing, positioning, all of that, branding, if you will, and thereby adding a little more value to the lives of your customers and clients and hopefully increasing your profits. For example, let's suppose you run a very successful local mom and pop family orientated restaurant. Well, guess what? You got a lot of competition. You got that right. Now, here's one way you might go about adding value. And ladies and gentlemen, as you're listening to this particular example, think outside the box. Don't just see the example that I'm sharing with you, see the overall concept. So, with that said, I want you to think about this. Let's suppose you offer a humongous, I'm talking huge, we're talking, this is past jumbo, ladies and gentlemen, but to put it in context, a jumbo big gulp container. And here's what you're going to do. On your slowest days, you're going to make everybody that comes in, the husband and wife or the two adults with the 2.5 kids, your ideal customer and client, you're going to make them aware that you have this special program that on their slowest day, they pay $8.79 to get this big gold plastic container, which they get to keep. And every time they come back, as long as they've got at least two adults with them, over 18, and at least two kids 12 and under, the first fill up of whatever it is, soda, coffee, tea, whatever, the first fill up is free. Now stop and think about how this positions you as a family orientated business versus your major competitors. They pay for that plastic big gulp. It's $8.79. I'm trying to get you the idea of how big it is. And they bring it with them every time they come, as long as, again, they have at least two adults over 18 and have at least two kids 12 and under. Their first fill up is free. And then you maybe, from then on, everything else after that is some ridiculous price, like, say, $1.50. The point is, when they're thinking about where they should go to eat, and bring the family, say maybe on a Sunday afternoon, what do you think is going to be the most restaurant that they feel gives them the most value for the buck? Bingo. That's where you come in. Now, that's the concept, or excuse me, that is a strategy being conveyed by a specific example. But I don't want you to just see literally the restaurant and the big gulp. You got to think in your mind, hey, how do I take this concept and make it apply to my printing business, my cleaning business? If you're an eye doctor, that's the concept, ladies and gentlemen. So entrepreneur, I hope you can see in this really short video how you can use an incredibly powerful sales technique by way of the added value marketing strategy and be a lot more profitable in a lot less time for a lot less money and grow your powerful word of mouth customer base. So with that said, for those of you who want to discover how you can add an additional 25% or more gross profit to your bottom line, you want to do so in the next 90 days or less, you don't want to have to be bothered with constantly adding new customers or clients. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to grab that free 9-page special report. Head over to youcanmarketonlinenow.com/sales because that's where you can get it. Now, entrepreneur, I do have a question for you though. Who else do you know in business right now who's struggling? Do they respect your opinion? Because if they do, help them out. Send them this video. Let them take a look for themselves. On the other hand, if you're wondering, hey, Mark, what can I do? I'm struggling. How do I get to the next level with my business, product, or service? Then, ladies and gentlemen, stop struggling. Grab your free 22-part Small Business Marketing Mastery Series. It's an additional free 22 emails spread out sequentially. It's a $97 value, and it's my free gift to you. It's my way of saying, hey, welcome to the inner circle, and thank you for subscribing. But entrepreneur, here's the thing. If for whatever reason you decide the inner circle's not for you, I totally trust and respect your judgment, which means you are free to unsubscribe anytime you want for whatever reason you wish. This is Mark Newsom, Mr. Marketing. We'll see you again next time on the Marketing Minute.